Hi. Good morning, babies. Hi. Hi, how are you? Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. This is a general message, so take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? Yeah, we'll do that. We'll use our own discernment, okay? The song that I got on shuffle is If You Had My Love, the Cav Verhauser remix by Two Pilots, D. Hoffner, and Cav Verhauser. So, those are some names. Yeah, it's like the dance remix kind of vibe of If You Had My Love. So it goes, if you had my love and I gave you all my trust, would you comfort me? And if somehow you knew that your love would be untrue, would you lie to me and call me baby? Now if I give you to me, this is how it's got to be. First of all, I won't take you cheating on me. Tell me, who can I trust if I can't trust in you? And I refuse to let you play me for a fool. You said that we could possibly spend eternity. Yeah, that's what you told me, that's what you said. If you want me, you have to be fulfilling all my dreams. If you really want to, babe, if you had my love. If you had my love and I gave you all my trust, would you comfort me? So this song kind of gives me that, like scared to start. Scared to start energy. So the first card we got here was Recurring Dream. And see how like the snake is like twisted up in her hair, like, and just like I don't know, it's just like you can't, and there's no end to it because it's like eating its own tail, so it's just like this endless loop of twisted, turned, can't get unraveled, like you can't solve the problem. And the reason you can't solve the problem is because it hasn't happened, and you have to do something, like put yourself out there to see. You know, you might be extremely intuitive, or just like you pay attention to things, you catch things, like you can read the energy, but you can't quite get an answer or read the energy on something because you're meant to do this thing. If you had my love and I gave you all my trust, would you comfort me? Would you? I'm feeling insecure. Would you? And that's like totally normal to feel that, like, because it's like normal, like it's human to want to know the answer. It's how we keep safe. It's, you know, our brain realizes, hey, we've been hurt before, like I'm just collecting data, and the last time you did this, you got hurt. And last time you put yourself out there, you got hurt. So I'm just collecting data and I'm letting you know that that happened. So according to the brain that likes patterns, our ego mind likes patterns and likes to know what's going to happen because it feels safe, which is completely normal, completely human. So you're afraid to start something because you might get hurt. You might be let down. And we have impromptu in reverse. So it's like, I don't want to be surprised. I want to know everything. I want to know all the details. I want to know what it's going to feel like. I want to know. I need to know. I don't want to be a surprise. I don't want to be caught off guard with all the papers flying everywhere. Like, oh, shit. I don't want to be caught off guard. I don't want to, you know, I need to know all the details prior to me agreeing to this, engaging in this, indulging in that, whatever. because you don't want to lose with this loss card. And I'm seeing that with the recurring dream of like, you know, they say when you lose your teeth in your sleep, you're like feeling out of control, and that you have fear of like losing something, or it's, yeah, you have fear of losing something, you're out of control. And I'll show the card again so you can see the little teeth in there. You're, you know, like in the dream, you're just like, what the hell? My teeth just fell out. What the? So you have this fear of loss. You don't want to be surprised. I don't want to be surprised with loss again. I don't want that. I don't, you know, I've had this, it's been spinning in my head, you know, this has happened before. I know what happened. It's spinning in my head. My brain is telling me it's not safe, you know, whatever. When literally the reason why you can't read it, the energy, or like fully get an answer of why, is because you have to just do it. You have to just take the chance. Oh my God. When I split this, it was the full. You gotta take a chance. You gotta take a leap of faith, huh? Yeah. Oh my God. The fucking lovers fell out. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and assume this is about a connection. You're like, if you had my love and I gave you all my trust, would you comfort me? Well, what if I gave you my trust and I trusted you, but I've been hurt before? I want this, but I need to know all the details prior to signing this agreement. The way I'm seeing it is like, you know, God is like, okay, here's this person. I know you want love. You know, this is, you know, this is the, you know, God or whatever you want to call it, your spirit team. Like, here, you want a relationship? Here you go. Here's this person right here in front of you. And you're like, actually, I'd like to see the contract on that. Let's discuss the contract. You know, I need to know if I'm still like working through some karma with this past lives card. I'm still, you know, I'd like to, you know, I'm gonna get a lawyer, and I'm gonna read through this contract before I agree to, you know, do any of this. Like, especially with the tree being in between them, like that's like paper, you know. You're like, no, I want the paper printed out. I want to read this. I need 2 copies, one to mark up and one to sign if I'm gonna sign this. Like, you're just all like fucking business about it. Yeah, I'm gonna need to see all the details. I'm going to need an extensive care plan. I'm gonna need to see all of this. I'm just seeing like God's like, okay, you asked for this, and now you're going to argue the contract, you know? You know, it's like, I can't think of the word, not argue, but, man, I can't think of that word. That is driving me crazy. Oh, well. Well, y'all get it. You're, someone will put it in the comments for me. You know what I mean. But you're like, I could definitely get more out of this. Like, I need to see what's all the details about. Like, like the fact that like they've got their arms out, they're like, okay, you asked for this, you manifested this, but now you're gonna sit here and argue this contract, you know, negotiate. That was the word, negotiate. Now you're trying to negotiate when I'm giving you exactly what you need and want. Okay. All right. But deep down, what it is you're like, if you had my love and I gave you all my trust, would you comfort me? And if somehow you knew that your love would be untrue, would you lie to me and call me baby? That is hilarious. Okay, what else? We have the High Priestess. Look, she's holding a freaking wrapped piece of paper. You know, you're straight up. And with the High Priestess being in reverse, like, that's like straight up like everything needing to be exposed, like all of the secrets exposed, all the mystery, everything like being exposed. You're like, I need to see it in black and white. You're out here negotiating with the universe, like with pen and paper and a lawyer. That's hilarious. You're like, I need to know every single detail. Interesting. She's a mermaid. So that's telling me that you need to use like your beautiful voice, your ability to call things in, and like, and also like soothe yourself by talking to yourself, like giving yourself love when you're really wanting to just like argue and negotiate a contract with the universe. And so that's like going to help you soothe these feelings of like, well, I need to know, I won't take you cheating on me. Tell me, can I trust you? Like, what if I can't trust you? And I'm not going to let you play me. I'm not going to be had this time. Like, you're all just combative. And for a good reason, you've been hurt before. But you also have to remind yourself, you know, use that soothing, call your energy back, call your power back, and soothe yourself in this and be like, it's okay. I have jumped timelines. I have done the work. I learned the lesson. It was a lesson to be had. I needed to step into my power. I needed to learn boundaries. I needed to learn that and this and that, and know when to walk away. Or I know now how to spot the signs. I can trust my intuition because you're very intuitive with this High Priestess. Use that to like soothe yourself. So you're not out here just getting combative with the universe when it's trying to hand you the thing you've asked for. I just see y'all fucking the universe like places this wonderful person in your life and you're just like ready to fight them. Like you're just like taking your shirt off, ready to fight this person. What'd you say? Say it again. They're like, I love you. I don't know. You about to see a whole ass person. You're ripping your shirt off like WWE style, like all this person wants to do is love you and you're just fucking ready to throw down because you're so combative from your past hurts. It doesn't have to be that way this time. It does not, I promise. Oh my god. Nine of Wands at the bottom of the deck in reverse. You've done the healing. You're not wounded anymore. No one's gonna hurt you anymore. And because it's that's usually like the wounded warrior, you already went through the battle. The battle's over. Now you can let all the healing happen. You can relax. You can let your body, your nervous system, your hormones get into rebalancing, and coming back to like a homeostasis where you're not in this, cortisol, adrenaline, stressed out, ready to fight. You're not in that. And you don't have to fight this person. You don't have to fight the universe. You don't need to negotiate, because this is exactly what you want. And Most High is going to put, the universe, your spirit team, they're going to put somebody in your life with not only what you've asked for, but what you also need. So it might, be slightly different than, what you're expecting, or like, you're so on edge and still in that, like, combative mode because of, what's occurred in the last relationships or whatever, the people you've come into or, attempted to interact with, you're not seeing it clearly. And, you're trying to control because you want to feel like 100% safe. You're like, I was not safe in the last one. That was absolute hell. I'm still, feeling the aftershock, the trauma from all of that. I'm still feeling all of that. And so that's why you're in this combative energy, but you don't need to be. And it's going to look a little different than what you thought, or feel a little different. But that's also because maybe you've never felt someone that's healthy, someone that genuinely cares for you, or you haven't actually been open to that because of the wounding from childhood even. So now you're healing. You don't have to be combative or try to fight this person or try to fight the universe when this is what you've called in. This is what you wanted. A healthy person that loves you and cares for you and wants good things for you and wants to build with you. Oh, sorry if the squeak was loud. And yeah, this Tower in reverse, this is telling me a couple things. Like, obviously you don't want another breakdown, but like, to remind yourself, you've already had all of these foundations break. You've been shown the absolute worst of the worst. You've been shown terrible, awful people. You've experienced it. You've experienced heartbreak, pain, but it was all meant to break down these foundations that were faulty. They had bad bones, if you will. They were meant, it's like when they condemn those like meth labs houses, like, it's so, the wood and the material of the house is so embedded with the chemicals from like cooking meth in it that it's not safe to be there. So they have to completely tear it down and condemn it. So like, whatever you experienced was just the tearing down of all of the bad, toxic material that was within you. And now you have like a new plot to build upon. And it's not going to be this time. If you're at ground zero and you have to break ground again to dig this, pit to put a house in, put the foundation in, there's nothing to tear down anymore. You have nothing to lose. You hit ground zero here. All the foundations were broken down. So you don't need to be in this like combative, what'd you say? Like, you don't have to be in that. You don't have to be just drunk redneck ready to fight anybody. You don't need to be that anymore. You don't need to protect yourself. You don't need to have that defense up. You've done the work, and you're being blessed with the manifestation you've called in. And that is now the work. That is the next thing you got to do, is now, because of all that hurt and the crazy loss you experienced, which was necessary, now from all of that, you have to undo the chip on your shoulder, the defensiveness of like, I need to know. Well, I need to know. Are you just going to call me and say you love me and then not mean it? You're going to be a liar. You're going to be like, I've experienced that already. Yeah, you've experienced that already. You've learned the lesson. You know now what to do. You know how to spot it. You know your worth. Because it says, I'm not going to tolerate, you know, you cheating on me. I'm not going to let you play me for a fool because I've learned what I'm worth. I know that I'm not worth that. So I'm not going to play into that. And it's not going to be a tower this time. The only tower that might happen is you just sabotaging your own manifestation because you want to be all combative and be like, actually, I want to see the contract. I need to know every single thing before I agree to this. And so this person's like, you know, sitting in limbo and they're like, well, okay, well, I have free will also, and I'm going to go because you're just put me on a fence while you decide and argue a contract with Most High. Okay, goodbye. So that's the only way that, you know, don't let this just float in front of you until, you know, while you feel this fear, or, you know, try to soothe the fear through being combative and fighting instead when you could be surrendering in that way. Yeah. And so like we have the Four of Pentacles, you're being asked to find your own stability in a different way. And that's, you know, finding your own center, finding your own home, your foundation in a different way, because the past, that was all tore down. So now, yes, you're at ground zero. You got to find your own stability. You got to pour your own foundation now and restart. But when you have a good foundation, you have a good, stable foundation, that's going to be perfect. And, you know, there's a big ass castle in the background. So, you know, you're going from a meth lab to a castle. It needed to happen. So just find a new way of like how to soothe yourself. Like I said, with that High Priestess in reverse, talk yourself down from being all crazy. Be the guy that comes in between the people that are about to fight. What'd you say? Bro, you don't want to do this. There's really no need to fight. They're just minding their own business. I don't know why you're trying to fight, you know, just being the reason in this, the soothing, logical, loving mind, you know, loving heart, loving voice to be like, we don't need to fight anymore. We have learned the lesson. I am safe. We have to start a new foundation, and we're going to have a safe one where I learned my lessons. I know now what to look for. I know what I'm worth. It was all part of the plan. I have to overcome this. I'm okay. Like, find something to calm your nervous system, because it's just that, like, you know, the PTSD of, well, now you associate love with war, basically, and you have to just undo that and reprogram your, you know, create new neural pathways and reprogram your mind and body into love is safe. I am safe. This is all good. This is exactly what I wanted. I earned this for being a good person. Like, you know, just really talking yourself off the ledge, basically. Yeah, and with that past lives, it's, you know, you're undoing, like, even past life trauma and all of that. So this is why it feels so, you want to get combative and you want to argue contracts and all of this, because this is probably one of the first lives that you've lived where you have good love, that you'll be happy and satisfied and feel safe. So, you know, you're getting to this to where you finally, you know, you're hitting that lifetime where you've done enough work, you have this amazing life, you're the highest vibration you've ever been. So this is just meant to, you know, you're getting blessed with all this badass shit this lifetime, because you learned the lesson. Like with this Tower card, you learned the lesson. Don't doubt it. Now you're at ground zero. It's time to break ground and pour that foundation with the Four of Pentacles, so you can build the castle where the meth lab was. Where the meth lab used to be. And we have shame. So this is telling me, you might have like shame, fear, regret, embarrassment from like what has occurred in the past. Like you're like, I've been had, I was played for a fool. And I gave my trust and I wasn't, you know, I put myself out there when somebody wasn't willing to. So that's going to be some stuff you're going to have to work through and, you know, talk yourself down of like, it's okay to feel embarrassed. You've been had, but that shows you how good of an honest heart you have, how good of a person you are. That means nothing. You're not stupid. You're not this. You're not that. You are a good person and honest, and you expect that out of other people. There is nothing wrong with that. We have Six of Pentacles. So you're basically being asked to share. You're being asked to, you know, throw some coins at some people, throw some of your love on people, throw, you know, that energy out, that to safe people, obviously. And you know who that is. You know what it is. You called this in. And, you know, if it's not here right now, it's coming. And, you know, this is just a little like heads up, like, yo, don't fuck it up. You don't need to be combative with this person. Yes. So you're being asked to share. And I think that actually, now that I'm seeing with the Eight of Wands, is you're being asked to start opening your heart and, you know, giving little love here and there to like prepare yourself to like that it's safe to love, that it's safe to open your heart. And then by doing so, that's going to bring this in quicker with this Eight of Wands, because that's fast movement. That's like, yeah. It could be like, sometimes I see this card as like you're getting a ton of like text messages, like when you're texting someone and it's like the conversation's like going so fast and it's like bam, 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 bam. And, you know, it's like exciting. So as soon as you're willing to open your heart and start like sharing yourself, you know, sharing yourself with the world and like putting your heart open again, and no matter what, being like, I'm not letting this, you know, keep me calloused, keep me down. I won't let that happen. I know how to protect myself, and that doesn't mean that I need to be a shut-in and never go out again. And I don't need to be afraid of life or love. And by doing so, that's going to bring this in so quick. All right, babies, I hope you have a wonderful day. Keep opening your wonderful heart. I love you so much. Have a great day.